Hello everyone. Today, our group will present the topic, the contribution of rubber industry to Malaysia economy from 2015 to 2025. The rubber industry is one of Malaysia's oldest and most important sectors. It contributes to the economy through GDP growth, employment, export, and rural development. It involves both smallholders and large plantation companies, as well as downstream industry that produce items like gloves and tires. Although Malaysia's economy is more diversified now, the rubber industry still plays an important role, especially in jobs, trade, and foreign income during 2015 to 2025. In this video, we will focus on its contribution to GDP, employment, and export.
How important is Malaysia rubber industry to the economy? Let's look at the contribution to Malaysia GDP from year 2015 to year 2025. The rubber industry is an important part of Malaysia's agriculture and manufacturing sector. Although not the largest contributor, but it plays a strategic role in export and economic stability. From 2015 to 2024, the contribution of the rubber industry to Malaysia GDP show a generally fluctuating but declining trend. It remained relatively stable in the early year, but decreased significantly after 2020. In 2015, the value added was 3.35 billion. It dropped slightly to 3.14 billion in 2016. Then, it increased to a peak of 3.43 billion in 2017. After then, it fell up to 2.83 billion in 2018 and rose slightly to 3.0 billion in 2019. In 2020, the contribution dropped sharply to 2.44 billion. This was due to the COVID-19 pandemic, lockdown, and supply chain disruption. Although the demand for rubber products like medical gloves increased, the production was still affected. In 2021, it further decreased to 2.23 billion. The industry continued to face restriction and higher production costs. The downward trend continued in 2022 and 2023, falling to 1.79 billion and 1.67 billion. In 2024, there was slightly increased to 1.85 billion. These show early signs of recovering as global economic conditions improve. However, the level is still lower than pre-pandemic year. Overall, the rubber industry shows a long-term declining trend in GDP contribution. Future growth may depend on innovation, value-added products, and global competitiveness.
In Malaysia, the upstream rubber industry is a critical pillar of our macroeconomy, offering vital employment opportunities, especially for the rural population. This sector is primarily divided into estates and small holdings. For many rural families, rubber tapping on these small holdings is their primary source of livelihood and economic stability. To understand the health of this sector and its capacity to sustain employment, we must examine the production data. According to the Malaysian Rubber Board, the average yield of natural rubber remained remarkably stable from 2018 to 2022. The overall average yield hovered around 1,400 kilograms per hectare throughout this 5-year period. Interestingly, in 2018 and 2019, small holdings actually outperformed estates, recording yields of 1,420 and 1,460 kilograms per hectare respectively. Although estates saw a slight increase from 2020 onwards, the overall production levels across the industry remained highly consistent, despite minor estimated fluctuations. From a macroeconomic perspective, what does this stability mean for the labour market? Consistency in agricultural yield requires a continuous active labour force. Because natural rubber extraction is highly labour intensive, this stable production data directly translates to job security for estate workers and smallholders. They are continuously needed for daily tapping, processing, and maintenance work. This steady upstream supply not only prevents rural unemployment, but also guarantees that the downstream manufacturing sector has the raw materials needed to keep their factories running.
Next, we move to major trade destination of Malaysia's rubber export. Malaysia is a top global player in raw rubber supply and a leader in high-value manufacturing, especially medical-grade gloves. According to Malaysia export data, the total value of Malaysia rubber export reached 6.72 billion in 2024, which is increased 22% from the year 2023. In the first 2 quarters of 2025, Malaysia export rubber with a total value of 3.28 billion, maintaining a strong position in the global value chain. The smallholder factor. 87% of the upstream sector is managed by smallholders, though they face challenges like climate volatility and labor shifts. Based on the data, China consistently takes 45% to 50% of Malaysia's total raw rubber export. The revenue growth has increased from RM 4,507.44 million in 2020 to RM 4,841.03 million in 2024. The key drivers are automotive industry. China has a huge demand for tire manufacturing, and the second one is green development, rising demand for industrial rubber components used in electric vehicles, EVs and renewable energy infrastructure. Next, European Union (EU) typically holds approximately 10% to 30% of the export share. The revenue trend arose from RM 654.92 million in 2020 to RM 834.64 million in 2024. Due to the COVID-19 in 2021, export value spiked to RM 918.90 due to the massive demand for medical nitrile gloves. The key drivers are sustainability. The EU prioritizes sustainable rubber, and the second one is price premium. Buyers are willing to pay more for rubber that complies with the EU Deforestation Regulation (EUDR).
Besides, let's look at the role of rubber industry to Malaysia export performance in 2015 until 2025. The rubber industry was a very important sector in helping to drive export success for Malaysia between 2015 until 2025, with an evolution from being a raw material manufacturer into a worldwide supplier of value-added products, especially medical gloves. The world is still importing large amount of these manufactured goods, around 80% of Malaysia's total rubber export, through their focus on high value-added downstream markets. One of the primary functions of the rubber industry is to move from exporting natural rubber to manufacturing value-added goods. The majority of rubber products exported are medical gloves, tires, and industrial rubber products. This shows how the industry can increase export value by focusing on high demand of technological products rather than just raw rubber. Role of the rubber sector is also its capability to adapt the shift in global demand. For example, because of the COVID-19 pandemics, the quantity of goods needed to support medical and healthcare system increased dramatically, especially in relation to disposable rubber gloves. According to the data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia, China is the primary destination for Malaysian natural rubber exports, followed by Germany, which regularly ranks within the top 10 importers of Malaysian goods. The rubber sector is a major contributor to Malaysia's ability to export and has generated billions of dollars in export sales and encouraged the production of valuable manufactured goods in Malaysia. This continued development and flexibility in this sector can support Malaysia's export economy as a key foundation for growth.
In conclusion, the rubber industry has remained important to Malaysia's economy from 2015 to 2025, although its performance has changed over the years. The industry contributes to GDP, create job opportunities, and support export, especially in products like medical gloves. Malaysia also continues to export rubber products to countries such as China, the European Union, and the United Arab Emirates, showing its importance in the global market. Overall, despite challenges such as global competition and production decline, the rubber industry still contributes significantly to Malaysia's economy and has potential for future growth. That's all for our video. Thank you for watching.